Be ready. Start. The present case is a glaring example of calculated tampering with the schedule specified under the regulations and the judgments of this court with a clear intent to grant admission to less meritorious candidates over and above the candidates of higher merit. To put it simply, it is a case of favorism and arbitrariness. This also chronicles how, either way, the careers of the students are jeopardized. The High Court had cancelled the admission of the appellants by a detailed and well reasoned judgment. However, as a result of interim orders granted by the court, both the appellants had already completed 4 years of the studies at the time of the High Court decision. They are stated to have completed their final exam now. Despite having lost their case before the High Court, the appellants continue to pursue their professional courses because of the interim orders of the court. Now, the plea of inequities is being raised. From the facts narrated above, it is clear that the admission relates to the academic year 2006. The central government, via its letter dated 15th July 2006, had granted approval and leave to admit the students to the Jagdalpur College. Thereafter, permission to commence admission was granted by the Governor of the state of Chhattisgarh on 14th August 2006. The name of Jagdalpur College was not in the brochure published for admission. The first counseling was in fact conducted by 25th to 26th July 2006, in which the college did not participate, and the second counseling was done on 22nd 23rd August 2006. In paragraph 2 of state government's approval letter, it was clearly stated that the capacity of the Jagdalpur College would be 50 seats and the candidates qualified in the PMT 2006 would be given admission on the basis of merit. After issuance of this letter, the college was included in the second counseling, and as already noticed, it had allocated 48 out of the 50 seats. On 8th August 2006, a letter is stated to have been issued by the DGHS stating that 15% of the total seats reserved for All India Quota 2006, if remaining vacant on or after 23rd August 2006, may be treated as surrendered to the state quota. To this letter, a statement of the same date was annexed, which allegedly gave 2 seats from the All India quota to the present appellants. As per that statement, the seats were allocated on 8th August 2006. From the record before us, it is clear that between 14th August 2006 and 30th September 2006, no correspondence was exchanged between the parties. This is despite the fact that the Government of India had required the college and the state authorities to inform them of the details of the admissions given to the students as well as the details of the quota seats if the seats were vacant. All India quota seats which had not been filled till 22nd August 2006 would be surrendered in favor of the state. Strangely, nothing has been placed on record to show that any of the concerned state authorities, including the college, adhered to the requirement of informing the DGHS or other authorities with regard to the status of admissions. On 30th September 2006, the Director Medical Education Chhattisgarh wrote a letter to the dean of the college requiring that the Jagdalpur College provide the up-to-date list of the students admitted to it, and if there were any seats remaining vacant, guidance was to be taken from the Directorate of the state government. Another letter written by the Director Medical Education to the Dean of the Jagdalpur College was referring to their letter of the same date, which stated that two seats were vacant, in turn ordered that those seats be filled up and the candidates be contacted over telephone. If contact could not be established with any candidate, then the Jagdalpur College was directed to fill up the seats with the candidates physically present and available at the Jagdalpur College according to the merit. The dean of the Jagdalpur College on that very day constituted a committee of assistant vice principals and demonstrator of the Jagdalpur College to examine the certificates etc. of the available candidates and recommend the names on the basis of merit. Again, on that very day, the committee recommended the names of the two appellants, declaring them to be eligible for getting admissions. More strangely, the committee also notes that the fees from the candidates had been deposited and they could be given admission. Then, vide another letter dated 30th September 2006, the dean of the college informed the director medical education that the two appellants have been given admission. Thank you.